Have Kate Coffee, and welcome back to Shared News. We are going to talk about Taylor Swift and the Kardashians, but before we get into it, make sure that you guys give this video a like. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to us here at Shared News. And please make sure that those notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Oh my gosh, Kate, we have so much to talk about. How have you been? How's your
We have
week?
so much to talk about. It's good. I was just saying that I just finished selling Sunset, which is not what we're talking about
Mhm,
today, but
mhm.
I'm ready for the drama. I'm like predisposed for talking about Kardashians and celeb news this week. So I'm
I
ready. I'm
love it.
primed.
Awesome. Well, I know that you are a Taylor Swift diehard fan. So
Mhm.
I don't know if you've heard about that. I thought that this was so interesting that this is going on. So fans have actually reported that, as we know, Taylor Swift is on tour. They are reporting that they're having post concert amnesia, which I've never heard of before. But apparently, this is actually a thing. There's this whole psychological breakdown as to like what this could actually be. They're chalking it up to having too much excitement. And basically, fans are blacking out and forgetting moments, and they're using their phones to kind of like reference different songs. Maybe they're forgetting a song, maybe they're forgetting the whole concert. Like, there's been a wide range. There's allegedly like this whole Reddit thread. Have you ever heard of this? Has this ever happened to you? What is your reaction when you find out about this?
I mean, no, that's never happened to me. I mean, unless there's like alcohol involved. Like I don't think that's even
Well,
like I'm like, "What, are you guys drinking a lot?" Like, it's fine if you are, but, like, I mean, I don't that's crazy. That's interesting. That's definitely something, I mean, I could see that being a reason, like, excitement kind of blacking you out. I mean, I guess I don't know if excitement and trauma are, like, in the same vein. You know how, like, laughing and crying are kinda like the same thing? Just, like,
mhm.
they're the same. I don't know in psychological terms, like, if anyone who's watching right now knows what I'm talking about, but, like, laughing and crying are the same. I wonder if excitement and trauma are as well, because trauma makes you black
So
out and forget things.
you're you're kind of not too far off. I read that a psychologist chimed in and he was saying about fight or flight instincts, and when you're jumping up and
Mhm.
down and you have too much excitement, your brain can kind of like misconstrue it. So you're kind of on the
Mhm.
right road by saying that. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
$1,000 plus spent on these tickets, and then these people aren't
I know. I
remembering
better
anything.
remember
It's just like,
every second. I better remember every
yeah.
millisecond that I'm in that concert for that much
I
money,
I
for
was
real.
so I was so shocked, and to find out, like, I get it if there's a report or two, but, like, apparently this is a
Mhm.
huge thing. Now, according to medical professionals, they're saying that there's actually ways that you can professionally prep prior to going to a concert quite like this. Now, they're saying you can do different forms of, like, meditation and everything. If you spent $1,000+ on tickets, would you find yourself meditating before going to I normally, you wouldn't think that that's your prep for going to a
That's
concert, but
insane!
I mean,
I don't when I'm going to a concert, I'm not like, "Ah, yes, let me meditate and drink some bubble tea to prepare." No, I am getting ready and I'm going. That's such a what I've never heard like, are
yeah.
people that Swifties are crazy. Swifties be insane. We knew this about them. Like, I guess they've unlocked a new level of
Yeah,
insanity.
apparently.
Or maybe not insanity, but I mean, I
Apparently.
don't know. That's crazy. No, I've never done that, and I don't think I will. I'm going
I
to
don't
see
think
her
I would either.
in August, and I will not be meditating beforehand, actually, at all.
I'm cracking up. So we need to have a recap, and we need to have a
I'll let
we
you
we
know
need
if
to
I
have a
black
session
out.
again. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know
we'll
what? I
revisit
mean,
it.
so I guess the new pregame ritual is going to consist of meditating and yoga, no
Meditating.
drinking,
Mm,
and you can't yell
mm.
because we don't wanna jumpstart all of these bad boys up here, our neurons and our chemicals, and get them jumping around
I
like a
mean,
popcorn machine or something. I don't
no,
know.
I don't feel like you should be going to a concert if you're blacking out and not remembering pieces of it. Like, that's something it sounds like perhaps maybe we go to a medical professional and we seek help. Like, I don't know. Or maybe I
I
mean, maybe it's not even before the
yeah.
concert, it's maybe in your life, like, you should be meditating more often. Like,
Yeah,
you should just
really.
be calming your nervous system. It sounds like your nervous system is easily excitable, which listen, I get it. We're in that generation of that. So, heard.
Well, It kind of makes me I when I read this, I was like, "Okay, well, we're kind of really back to normal right now. This is like the first year that we haven't had any element of COVID restrictions, really. So maybe
Mhm.
maybe is it like, oh, the human brain hasn't been excited like this in 3 years. So, I don't know." And then also like I don't know, I just don't know what to think about all of this. Maybe I mean, she even is so known for graphics and visuals, and the girl
Mhm.
knows no limits for, like, the music videos that she does. I mean, the one that she just did
Mhm.
with Ice Spice is killer, the visuals. So maybe she has a lot of, oh, help me out, Kate. What's it called? Something tronics, or pyrotechnics or something like that. Maybe she has a lot
Pyrotechnics.
of different things going on even at the concert maybe that are, like, stimulating
Mhm.
people or overstimulating people. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I don't know. I mean, the people that I know that have gone to these concerts are not experiencing this. So, I mean, this is you were the first person, Hannah, to bring this to my attention, and now I'm going to be looking for it.
Yeah, if you go down I guess there's, like, a Reddit rabbit hole, so I don't know, I think it's fascinating, and I hope that everybody's okay. I don't want anybody to get hurt by going to a Taylor Swift concert. It doesn't sound good.
Seriously, like, if you're not okay, like, oh god. Yeah, I hope everyone's, like, not, like, blacking out or, like, fainting. God, I hope not.
Right. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, we are live, so if you guys have any comments about that, please chime in. Let us know what you guys think about the idea of people losing their marbles at Taylor Swift's concert and not being able to remember anything. So please
Mhm.
comment and let us know. And if you know somebody, if that's happened to you, we would love to hear from you guys.
Please, by all
Um,
means.
so we'll kind of switch gears. We'll leave the audience on that. Let's kind of switch gears into the Kardashians. So
Mhm.
there is a high amount of speculation that Kravis is going to have a spin-off show. Apparently, Courtney and her mom really want this. They're looking at the financial end of things. What do you think? You're a diehard fan like I am. I'll be
Mhm.
honest, I will give my 2 cents. I wouldn't watch it. I feel
Yeah.
like they're just gonna make out the whole time and then the kids are gonna be at the dinner table on their phones. I don't feel like there's much going on.
You're right. You're right. I wouldn't watch it either. I wouldn't watch it either. It's not first of all, she's not my favorite. And I think that
Mhm.
maybe, the Courtney stands would watch.
Mhm.
But I just don't like she's not in the show enough as it is. Like I'm not invested enough in their relationship to watch a spinoff in the way that I was invested in her and Scott's, relationship. Like I did
Right.
watch Courtney and Scott take the Hamptons or Courtney and Chloe take the Hamptons and Scott was there. Like I did watch that and loved
Mhm.
it. Travis to me, and this is nothing against them, like, they have a very healthy, boring relationship, and to be honest, I don't really care to see that on reality TV. Like, I'm so sorry, I don't care. I'm so happy you're happy,
No.
and I want you that way. I'm not saying, like, be in a tumultuous relationship that's, like, crazy and insane. I'm so happy for her, but I don't think you need a spin-off show. Like, I don't think anyone wants that. I don't think anyone asks. I mean, like, Courtney, no. Like, it just
Yeah.
stick to Poosh and the avocado pudding and I don't know what else. I don't know what she does. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know. I have no
I
idea what
just
her job
I
is.
just I feel like the show would follow the IVF journey that they're trying to go on, which I mean, that part is great, but I think that that's covered in the Kardashians in and of itself. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of her storyline as is.
It's not
It
like a
doesn't seem like there's
season's
much going
worth
on.
of material.
No.
That's like a second, like a segment, a storyline of an episode or
Right.
through line through the season. That's not something. No, 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 no.
Well, what's interesting too is I thought I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, well, I'm sure there is an audience for this. It may not be as big as what the Kardashians can garner. But if anything, I'll meet in the middle. I'll say, all right, like a limited series, like maybe like 3 or 4 episodes. But I literally
Yeah.
can't see them going beyond that because I feel like you said, they're in
No.
love,
Well,
they're settled. What is
they're in
there?
love, they're settled, but, like, lest we forget, there was a Life of Kylie spinoff that E! Had for a while that I would watch 100 times over watching Kravis. Are you kidding? Watching Kylie
Yeah.
Jenner live her life. For some reason, like, I mean, I think that what Kim said to Courtney that day when you're like, "You're the least interesting to look at," which that isn't true. Courtney's beautiful and lovely. She is
I
the
forgot
least
about that.
interesting right now. Like, she is objectively the most boring, next to Rob, who I don't even know where he is. Like, he is
Oh,
the
I want
least
to see Rob. Yeah.
I would love to see Rob.
I'd
I'd love
rather
to be
see
like, "Where
Rob.
are you? What are you doing?" I think he's just living his truth, living his life with his daughter and trying to be a good dad, which I respect. And,
Mhm.
um, I think I'm, Justice for Life is Kylie again. Like, I think they should be pouring their money into that. Like, I think she's far more interesting to watch and it would
I
bring
think
in
so
far
too.
more money.
I think so too. Even if they went back to Life as Kylie, then we could even see like I mean, I don't even ever see anything about Caitlyn anymore. I don't know what the
No.
dynamic is as far as like do they still talk to Caitlyn or where does that lie? So I'm kind of curious to see if Caitlyn would ever pop into something like that.
I
I haven't
know.
heard anything
Yeah.
about her in years, honestly.
Years. I have
Um
no idea.
yeah, me neither. So now the interesting factor of this is obviously this is coming up on the heels of the Kim and Courtney feud. So I'm kind of wondering, do you think that allegedly so a source is the one who opened up and is saying all of this. So do you think that Courtney's feud with Kim on the show as we're starting to watch it unfold here and as we see it starting to come
Mhm.
to life. Do you think that due to this feud she wants her own show now or do you think that maybe according to the source they said that she's very like cash hungry right now? Or do you think maybe she's looking for both shows, which I think is so funny because I remember when this girl did not want any shows and no cameras at all whatsoever.
There's so many quotes of her being like, "I don't think I was meant to be famous, and I don't wanna be famous, and I just wanna be with my kids and my whatever." Like, and it's like, "Fine, go do that." I think, like, Courtney, it kind of feels like she's backpedaling if that's true. She's always gotten down
I
on
think
Kim
so.
for being money hungry and ambitious and making money and all about her business, and all of a sudden now you want a TV show and you're cash hungry and you like the source says, I'm like, "That's so hypocritical." Like, of you to be calling Kim out for using your wedding as a business opportunity, and then you turn around and you're gonna be like, "I'm gonna basically make a show about nothing."
Mhm.
How is that, like, not the same thing? Well, I mean, or not that it's not the same thing, but I'm just kind of like, you're yelling at Kim for being opportunistic, and yet you are making a show about you and your husband that no one will watch because you're money hungry.
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but
Which
that feels like it goes against everything she's ever said to Kim.
Well, and then I kinda look at it this way, it kind of goes full circle. It's like, well, okay, if you're going to be money hungry and opportunistic, and we know that Kim is because Kim views all of this as a business, which honestly, I probably would too if I were in their situation. Why not capitalize and make everything as lucrative as possible within reason?
100%.
Then it comes back to even like the Dolce and Gabbana situation that we're going to see pan out here, and we don't know
Mhm.
how that goes or how that ends. But then I kind of look at it and it's like, okay, then flip the script here for a second. Then would you do what Kim was offered to do in the case of the show that we're seeing unfold? Do you know what I mean by that? I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
this is interesting. It's like it seems
It's
like she's just
interesting.
been like,
It's
no, no, no,
just
but I don't know.
it's hypocritical, and she's backpedaling, and she's allowed to change her mind. She's allowed to be like, "Actually, I like this life and I don't want to change it." Fine, you can change your mind, but don't call Kim out for seeking business opportunities wherever she can when you're doing the same thing. Like, please,
Yeah.
Courtney. Like, please.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just give credit where credit's due. That at the end of the day, I think that that's the best character trait that you can possess as a person. Like
Mhm.
you may not like somebody, but if you can give credit where credit is due, then it kind of just makes up for it. Now, also
Yeah.
Travis did have a reality show back in the day. It was on MTV and it was called Meet the Barkers. Now, Travis did have him and his family and that was a good show. So I don't know if they would get into this business venture. It seems like Travis kind of knows what to do, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to keep that into consideration because, of course, like it was a while ago for that show. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I. I'm torn. I don't feel like I would
I mean, I feel
watch
like
it,
pop
but
culture, we talk about this a lot here. Like, pop culture moves so fast as to what
mhm.
fascination everybody has. And, for a while it was Travis. I think that in the height of their fame, like this relationship, this show would have been raking in the dough like no one's
Yes.
business. But we're kind of past that point now. We've kind of
Mhm.
moved into this, we've moved back to our normal, everyone wants to eat the Kardashians television show and they don't want another like and I also feel like people have a fascination with Kylie, who's Kim dating, what's going on with Chloe. Like, I don't think people really care about Courtney and Travis as much as they care about the other sisters because Courtney's not really a part of the show as much. Well, I mean, this season she seems to be, but like last season she
Mhm.
like wasn't really. Like, she was around. We like got little snippets of her IVF journey and everything, but that was like kind of it. you
Yeah.
know?
The other thing is, like you said, I think that they're pulling this at the wrong time. I think what they should have done is
Mhm.
even at the height of their fame, as they're tonguing each other on the carpet, and like engaged and getting married. Like I would have liked to see the wedding planning process. I always kind of find that to be fascinating, especially because it was a
Yeah.
very unconventional wedding. They're getting married for God's sakes in Italy. Dolce and Gabbana is fully
Didn't
involved in the entire
they did
process.
a special,
Oh,
though,
they
about
did
the
do the
wedding, not about the
special.
planning.
That's right, they did. I
There
watched it.
wasn't that
So
much
then never
planning
mind.
in it. Well, I mean, like, I feel
No,
like that's
yeah,
what but, like, that's all this
that's
like,
true.
that is the spinoff. What do you mean you want another one?
Yeah,
You
there's
literally
nothing
did
more.
one. What more are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm so sorry, Courtney. I do not care about you and Travis trying to make a baby with IVF. Like, I really don't. I want that to happen for you. I'm so happy for you, but I don't want to be sitting there with you in the appointments as you're getting needles stuck in your stomach. Like, I just don't want that. And I don't feel like
No.
anyone else does. Correct me if I'm
No,
wrong, but like,
I mean, I think just sharing the fact that you're on the journey is good enough, and I think that beyond that, I think it's just
super.
kind of beating a dead horse at that point, It's like, give it, now,
Mhm.
okay, good luck, prayers, good vibes sent your way. Now give us an update
100%.
if something happens. If it doesn't, we assume that it wasn't successful, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we no
and that
one's
is
trying
what
no
it
one
is.
if share it on the Kardashian show. That's perfect for you to share it. Like, I don't mind like every other story, but if it's just like Travis and Courtney, like every single scene, I'm exhausted. Like,
Mhm,
I'm tired.
mhm.
And if
Also,
the other fascinating sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say also she's monotone and then he's like calm zen, like kind of
Yeah.
vibe. So it's
No,
I couldn't sit
totally.
through it.
The only fascination with the Barker family that I have is the fact that Landon Barker is dating Charlie D'Amelio, but
Me too.
Landon
I'd rather see their
will
spinoff.
be I'd rather see their spinoff is in the D'Amelio show, like, which is also
That's
on
yeah.
Hulu. Like, we get
Mhm.
that through there.
Mhm.
We don't need it. I don't also,
Yeah.
there's probably like a I don't know how the non-competes work within the same network, but like, I just don't want it. So, my final thoughts are don't want it. No, thank you. Let's stay with the
Agreed.
Kardashians, please. And a Life of Kylie
Yes.
reboot. Please, Kris Jenner.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
XO, Hannah, and Kate from Shared News.
Yeah.
Please bring back Life of Kylie. No on the Kravis spinoff. Yeah.
Yeah, no. No. Also, just a friendly reminder, we are live, so please comment and let us know if you guys would like a Kravis spin-off, if you feel like the mission's already been accomplished, which we think it has. And we like the show with all the sisters better. So comment and let us know what you guys think. Let's move on. Let's talk about Miss Kim Kardashian. Now, allegedly, she is ready to date post Pete. Now, the thing is, it seems like she's interested in someone, but we don't know who. And it seems like they're flirting with each other, but they're only flirting with each other. It doesn't seem like they've taken the steps of going out yet. Do you have any predictions as to who it could be or any
Hmm.
thoughts or hopes, while we're still in this phase of not knowing who it is?
We're in the blissful unaware. We don't know who
I'm
it
sure
is. Hmm.
and this time next week we'll be talking about who it is and then, I'm sure or hopefully,
And
but
I'm sure we'll have our opinions there. Um, I mean, I'm thrilled that she's excited and ready to start dating again. I feel like she's taken a really long break from
she
between
has.
Pete and now, um, which is great. I mean, she's been busy. There's been a lot going on for her. I don't know if I have any predictions. I think industry maybe is a little bit easier. I remember you and I talking about this another time of what industry we think it's going to
Mhm.
be.
Mhm.
I do maybe I think it's going to be a lawyer,
I would love that for her.
attorney, real estate, something like in the corporate world. Like, I don't see an actor. I don't see well, maybe a talent agent. I could see that actually. A talent agent, a sports agent,
Yeah,
maybe. But I don't see any
that'd be
like
neat.
talent type. Like, I don't see another reality star. I don't see a comedian, a singer, an actor, a musician. Like, I don't really see, or even a sports, any type of sports, like like any actual player of the sport. Like, I don't think she's
Well,
gonna,
and she's
you know, yeah.
she's she's definitely had her fair share of different types of guys. I mean, we've seen her with Pete,
Mhm.
we've seen her with athletes before, we've seen her with musicians. Like, I mean, all that's left at this point is somebody that's like more corporate type, lawyer type. I would love to see
Mhm.
her with like a nice, like, okay, I'm gonna say I would love to see Kim with like a nerd, like a
I
successful,
think Pete
quiet
was
nerd.
pretty close. Pete was
He was,
close-ish, but he was in comedy, and
yeah.
arguably, comedian nerds are the worst kind of man,
Hmm.
notoriously.
Hmm.
No, I agree with you, like a Silicon Valley type,
Hmm.
like a head of a invested in Apple really like that kind of thing. I think somebody who has money on their own and, doesn't want to be famous in the entertainment world,
Right.
kind of just wants to get their money from their like tech job. I feel like I'd love that for her.
Me too. Somebody that is not in the spotlight because of the caliber of what she's at, how much she's worth,
Mhm.
and then how much she always has a camera on her too. Like, I just think that it would be so good for her to be able to de-stress and just get some type of guy that is just so wildly different than anything that she's ever had before. I
I
think it'd be
agree.
hard. I couldn't imagine being a public figure dating another public figure in general, let alone being of her like
No.
caliber. You know what I mean? That's
No.
got to be
No,
hard.
seriously. No, it's horrible, and it's also like, I mean, she's already in the public eye more than more than anyone I think we that is in the celebrity canon. Um,
Mhm.
so I think having someone normal that maybe the paparazzi wouldn't, be as interested in. There's I mean, there is that intrigue of like who is this person? What's so special about them, of course, but like, it's different than if she starts dating like Tom Cruise. Because everyone knows who Tom Cruise is. You know what I mean? And
Oh my
nobody knows
gosh.
who Andy from Snapchat is. Like no one knows who that is. So like, you know what I mean? Like I think that there's some normalcy and at least some pressure taken off maybe because,
Mhm.
I think the next person she dates has to be successful in his own right, but outside of the entertainment world. I think it has to come from like investment, property, real estate development,
Yeah,
law,
I think so too.
banker, anything
Mhm.
like
Ooh,
that,
a
I
banker would
think.
be
But
good.
banker would be good, although yeah, the bankers would be good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to know who this is.
Me too. And I really, really hope we find out. I hope this isn't like the situation with Timothy Chalamet and Kylie where it's just like
Oh
highly
God.
speculated, but uh I want to know. I hope she just like I hope we find out soon because I'm
Me
chomping at the bit to
too.
find out who it is.
I'm already
I really,
chomping at the
really
bit for
am.
Kylie and Timothy, and that's
I
again more
know.
sources like saying, "Oh, it's yeah." I don't know. I think I would love to know, but who knows? They have their own timeline, and they take their own sweet time.
They do. They really, really do. Well, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the trailer for the second episode of season 3 of the Kardashians. Let's break it down.
You can use this silence as a reminder. We are live.
Yes.
Drop your
Please comment.
comments.
Next on The Kardashians.
Why are we crying? I need you to be okay.
I'm definitely anxious about everything, and now you just have to wait.
We are
Oh, I love that she's
Chloe.
sharing this. Poor Chloe, man.
Chloe.
Look at the size of that bandage on her face, too. I mean,
I
what's so
know.
it's an intense procedure what she's going through here. I mean,
Hmm.
oh, I feel so bad for her. I'm so glad that she's showing it though. Look at how good her cheekbones look despite the fact that she's got a
I
bandage
know.
like that.
I know. I
Fantastic.
mean, they're so fake, but they look great.
Right.
They are. It's okay. Like, listen, we talk about this all the
I
time.
love
I mean,
it.
it's so fake, but she looks great
Mhm,
objectively, and it's always Malika and her have just like the sweetest, most lovely friendship, and it's always really nice. Through every season since Keeping Up with the Kardashians season one. Malika and
mhm.
Khadijah have been there for her and have been her best, best, best friends, and I think that's like a really sweet. I love when Malika is featured, so
Me too.
I'm excited
Now
to
now
see
that's a
her.
spin-off show I'd see, just saying. Um, I would
Love,
like to see those
love
2.
Malika.
She's so cute. I think I want a
She
friendship
is.
like that. I always think
Me
that they
too.
set a really good precedent for that. All
Agreed.
right, let's move on to the
Agreed.
next clip.
In Milan to see my makeup being made. I love this shade. More pink.
More pink.
Yes.
Kylie's lips are so huge.
They're
Like I was just looking like just look at her in that clip like they're huge.
huge.
Like, oh girl, get some taken out. Like, ooh.
Yeah, I think that for her, I think that the filler was the right move. I see why she wanted to do it. I definitely think
100%.
that it it was a good enhancement done for her physically, but I think that at this point, well, I think it's kind of like, when you go in a tanning bed or people that have been in tanning beds and then they don't have the ability once they're like addicted to tanning to be able to see how tan they are and then they're like orange. I
Mhm.
think it's kind of like that probably, I'd imagine with any type of filler, injectables, plastic surgery, it's probably like you just get desensitized and then you think that just need to be injected more and more. But yeah, she
Huge.
definitely has a lot. It's too
Yeah.
much.
Also her
She's so
hair is like
pretty.
out. She's like she's literally in a lab and her hair isn't in a hairnet. What's going on here, Kylie?
No, I know.
Why are we
I
not
love
wearing
how
protection? What's
I
going
love how
on?
she's going and seeing her makeup being done now and how it's made now. But how long has she had her cosmetic line? I mean, it's been quite some
27,
time.
16, 2017, I think was when
Mhm.
the first 3 lip kits dropped.
Yeah. So
And
I think unless she was getting it made somewhere else though. But
yeah, I mean, she's a busy woman, she models and she has kids and she's busy. I don't know how involved she is all the time. I think that the media is definitely, harsh on her of, is she actually in the development process or is she faking it for the cameras? I
but she
don't
doesn't
know,
have gloves
but
on, no hairnet, no safety goggles,
no.
nothing like that.
Nothing. And it's a makeup lab. It's not necessarily that she's in like a nuclear chemical lab, but there are dangerous chemicals and
Right.
there are things that, being exposed to without gloves and also like you don't want to contaminate the
I
batches.
was gonna say. Well,
Um,
and look at this guy right here. He's got some type of mask
yeah, he's
on.
got a
I mean, I
mask
wouldn't
on.
even. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
he doesn't
like
have hair, but I mean, he has a little
yeah,
bit,
I
but
mean,
I'm sure he'd have it up.
yeah, also like she has those nails
Yeah, look, everybody
on.
else. Look, gloves, hat,
Yeah,
everything.
gloves, hat, hairnet, mask. What is she? Is she
Ooh.
wearing heels
Yeah.
too? I mean, it's not great. I mean, honestly, I don't know how
Mhm.
hands-on she is in her development process. I don't know how hands-on any CEO is in their development process. I think that's why they hire the lab techs to do the work that she doesn't have time to do. So I would imagine
Mhm.
that this is most certainly, her just checking it. I don't think she's faking it, for the cameras. I think she's just like, this is what I had time for and this is what I'm doing. I don't think she's
Mhm.
spending every day in the lab. I don't think that's
Oh,
I think she sits
definitely
in
not.
her cushy office and everything's brought to her on a platter and she tries it and she decides what she likes and that's it.
Mhm. Definitely. I would have liked to
Yeah.
see her actually get um doctored up to look like the rest of them though. So she's actually going through the process because like if it were me personally, and I mean she probably flew in or attached this onto a pre-existing business venture as
Mhm.
to why she was there anyway. But if I were doing
Mhm.
it, I'm gonna dress to be just like everybody else and immerse myself in the experience. If I go zip lining, I'm not gonna not wear a helmet and not wear the getup that I
Yeah, the
have to wear
pack.
in order to go zip lining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna commit to the bit and look like I'm
No,
ziplining, you know
100%.
what I mean? I'm not even if I were on camera, you're still Hannah's wearing a helmet, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
No,
not whacking my head on a
totally.
tree.
I
So,
get you.
I
I
would have
get
liked to
you.
see
I
her do
mean,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if I mind as
But
much. I kind of am like, it's Kylie Jenner. She's a billionaire. She doesn't have time to do things like this. Like, I get it. Like, there's a whole other conversation of the billionaires of this world that is for another time and place. But for now, I don't think that that's what she busies her time with.
Yeah, definitely not. But I love that she's there, and I love that she's learning about the products,
Yeah,
and
I think,
she looks
the
great.
it's honorable what she's trying to do. Whether or
Mhm.
not
Oh,
she's successful
definitely.
at it is a totally different conversation. But at least she's trying.
Mhm. Definitely. Alright, let's go on to our next clip.
I'm meeting with Domenico Dolce from Dolce & Gabbana to talk about the Dolce show coming up in Milan.
Bellissimo.
It's going to be so exciting.
Here we go.
Here we go. It begins.
I love it. It begins. So we're getting it. We're really starting to
Begins.
see this feud here, and how it's
Yeah.
birthing.
And Chris seems all for it. So I mean,
Chris is down.
Chris says my 10% is gonna slay on this one, guys.
Absolutely.
Kim's lips are also huge. I can't believe I keep commenting on their. I'm so sorry. I keep commenting on their physical appearance, but their lips are so big. It's like, oh my god,
So big and
crazy.
look and she's so tiny. She is
Yeah, she's small.
so tiny.
She's a
That
small
girl.
girl, and she chooses to have these really really long hair, and it doesn't help. Not that it doesn't help, but it just, you know, I think, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see how this, folds out. We've been thinking about this feud. We've been hearing about this feud for so long. It's kind of, we're getting the little tiny like seeds are being planted, and it's the beginning of what I'm sure will be a big blowout. Come the
think
middle
so
of the
too.
season, the end too.
Yeah. I think that that's definitely where we're going. And I mean, as we see, she takes the meeting. So dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. And with that,
Dun, dun, Let's go to the next clip.
Let's go to the next clip.
I am a little worried about Kourtney just because this Dolce & Gabbana collaboration, I think it's too good to pass up.
Your face.
I mean, she's not
know.
wrong. It's too good to pass up. Also, like, I'm
It
sure.
is.
I mean, in the trailer, Courtney says her 2 cents, but like, I kind of am still, as we're moving in. I remember when we first talked about this, I was like, I'm not sure what side I'm on, but I'm leaning towards Kim. I'm like, if Dolce
I am
and
too.
Gabbana is coming to you and saying, hey, we want to collab with you, we're going to pay you X amount of money, and it's going to be X, Y, and Z. Like, that's an amazing opportunity, and you should want that for your sister. Just, it's not like
That's-
a her, like, you should be happy for your sister. Why are you being so like, it's about me? Ugh, throwing a tantrum. Like, you got married, you're fine. Like, relax. You don't want to work. You don't want to do it. Like, and you've said it over and over and over again.
That's
why
how
are
I
you
feel too.
mad?
I'm kind of over it. I think that we're definitely gonna veer on Kim's side for this. And I just don't see
I have a
why.
feeling.
I think don't be surprised though too. I mean, it's reality TV. Everybody has to have a couple things going on in order to keep the show
Mhm.
going. I mean, again, like we were talking about earlier with the idea of a spinoff, there's not much going on in Kourtney's life. I mean, she might have to fight to stay relevant on the show, and if she can take this and kind of turn it in the direction of her being upset, even put it this way, she might be a little bit upset, but she might be exaggerating it just to stay relevant for the entirety of the season. We don't really know.
Maybe. Who
I wouldn't be
knows?
surprised. The production could
either.
have come to her and said, "Hey, look, you gotta do something, pick something."
Yeah, maybe.
And
But she's also an
who
executive
knows?
producer, so she could have been like, literally, no. Like,
That's
I'm
true.
going to take my check and get out of here. They can't fire her. She's a Kardashian.
Exactly.
They can't. Or a Kardashian Barker now, I guess. But it looked like in the next clip we're going to hear from Kourtney. So I'm interested.
Yeah.
What does she say?
All right, let's go on.
Him and I definitely grew up like more competitive, although I've let that part go. I'm not sure if she has.
I can't.
Kourtney. No. I think we're projecting a little bit, actually. That's so interesting, Kourtney.
First of all, I just want to say this girl's having a full photo shoot in her kitchen.
Yeah.
Imagine if we did that. Imagine if I took your photo and you were standing on your kitchen counter in a nice dress like
That
that.
would be
That'd be
that would be
hilarious.
weird. That would be weird.
be-
But it's Kourtney Kardashian, so I guess it's
Exactly.
fine. I mean, I think
Oh
it's
gosh.
clear that we talked about this, like they have a competition thing going on, and I don't think Kim
Totally.
cares to compete with Kourtney. Why would she compete with Kourtney? She's the more successful one. We know that.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to
I
compete. I'm
think
like,
it's
Kourtney.
I think with Kourtney, a lot of it is like it's the thing where if you say it over and over again, then I think that you're almost convincing yourself at that point. When people like in
Mhm.
relationships have to say I love you every 5 seconds, and in
Yeah.
some ways that's actually almost kind of a red flag because it's like, well, hey, why do you have to say it so much? Like, can't you say it once and have some meaning behind it and then like give it a rest and wait for
Seriously.
a few more hours, you know? So I think her
Mhm.
saying that that she's not viewing their relationship as any type of competitive. I think that she's just saying it to hope that it's true, but I think she harbors a
Yeah.
lot in her still.
She definitely
But
does. I'm like, "Kourtney, please, you saw my face. You all saw my face." I said, no. Don't please."
oh my goodness. All right. Well, I like that dress. I will say that. I like the pink. I think it's pretty. It looks
She
like
looks
bubble gum.
great. She
Mhm.
looks great,
She does,
but
but mm-mm.
what she's saying is
Mm-mm,
not right, and also deflect.
mm-mm.
Whatever. Oh, Kourtney, we're gonna get into some beef this season, you and I.
All right, let's go on to the next clip.
Would you want to keep going and everybody commit? Or would you want to kind of put the show on a back burner and just live your life without a camera?
Something inside of me just like screams whenever they break that fourth wall of like talking about the show while they're filming the show. I love it. I
Yeah,
wish people would do that more often. I think it's like so neat when they do
I
that. And I feel
mean,
like they've done that
no,
a
it
handful of
is.
times here. Um, what do you think about
100%.
Scott's question to her? What do you think?
I mean, it's a question that's coming to Kim a lot more recently, with her law degree pursuing situation and wanting to be a lawyer full time and spend more time with her kids and her businesses and things like that. I mean, that's a question she's getting a lot, and her answers, are most often, yeah, I think she would. I don't know if that's a fully formed thought in her brain yet, or if that's something that she wants. Also, I think that the fact that they don't show her answer in this tells me the answer is no. Because if
Mhm.
the answer was yes, I feel like they would show that and then cut the scene so that we don't get to hear like why. So
I f-
I'm kind of,
yeah.
yeah. I think she's gonna
It's
say
one
no
of
because
those
it's her whole livelihood. It's how she stays relevant.
I agree. I mean, it's one of those things that if she says, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind," then I don't it's not that I don't believe it. I'm not sitting here saying Kim's a liar. But I think it's the thing where they tried to put the show away and then 6 months later they ended up getting a whole
Yeah.
new situation. And here we are in season 3 of a brand new version of the show. You know what I mean? I think that at the end of the day, when you have so many people in your family that are so famous and you've had
Hmm.
such a long-standing reality show, I mean, I'm sure they've broken records at this point. So, like
100%.
why not? You know, it's kind of I don't know. I'm sure the checks are too good to not continue to cash in. You
Oh,
know what I
I'm
mean?
sure. I'm sure. I'm like, Kim, please.
Yeah.
Also,
So
like, I don't know. Maybe this is a hot take, but I'm like, I don't know. Something about Kim becoming a lawyer. There's something I'm like, I don't know how many people are gonna hire her. Like, I'm like, how are you gonna,
I
what are you doing?
in one
Like,
breath, it's not that I don't believe that she has the capability of being a lawyer, but I think that in at the end of the day, I really think that she's doing that more for herself and to prove to herself and to prove to the world that like she has
maybe,
the
yeah, she's
intellectual
more than just
capacity. Yeah.
100%. And I think, like, I think that, she's been doing a lot of, crime, you know, um, like prison
Like
reform. That's been
reform.
like a
Mhm.
big, 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 big thing for her. And I think that as a public figure, that is something she's 100% useful for and should do. But she needs her platform to do that,
Mhm.
and her platform is this. So I'm like, honestly, that does a disservice to what you're trying to do because your show reaches millions and millions of people who you can be educating,
Mhm.
while entertaining them. There's a way to do that that is specifically niche. I think she's kind of, I believe anybody can do anything, but she's reached a level of fame and a level of, reputation in this industry that becoming a lawyer full time, I just don't think is feasible. I think it's
I don't
distracting.
either.
It's like when I see a movie star in a mute Broadway show, I'm like, I'm distracted. Like that is not, Sweeney Todd, that is Josh Groban. Like I'm distracted. You know what I mean?
Well, It's also the idea, like, well, look at, you and I were talking about selling Sunset earlier. How many of them are actually actively full-time real estate agents? I mean, not very many of them. And Christine has opened up and said that about the cast too. So, it's kind of like I feel like that would carry into this
100%.
as well. It's the same type of thing. It's applicable just the same. Like, can you actually be a full-time lawyer and have the reality show going in tandem? Probably not. Or we're gonna see a heck of a lot less of you. And I really doubt if there was a reality show going on that that Kim would not have her toe dipped into that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm excited for this second episode. I'm really liking the season so far. What do you think of the season so far with the first episode and then going into this one? How are you feeling for this
I'm feeling
season?
good. I'm feeling excited. I feel like it's laying a lot of foundational work, for the drama we'll see unfold between Courtney and Kim, and also, Chloe's health struggles. I'm enjoying it so
Mhm.
far. My fingers are crossed for more Kylie, as always. I want more Kylie. I never get enough.
I just hope
Um
that they give us like a deep dive more highly level stuff. Like we saw her and Kendall doing the stick shift bit at the beginning of the first episode, which is cute and fun, and I love it. But I'm like, girls, like one of you, both of you, like give us. I want to know like what's going on more behind the scenes. They're so surface. I feel like I really just want to know more about
so true.
both of
No,
them.
I
I
agree.
really, really do. But
Yeah, hopefully.
I would love it. Fingers crossed. Well, thank
Fingers
you guys so much for joining us and for engaging in our conversation. Make sure that you guys have liked this video if you haven't already. Make sure that you guys are subscribed and make sure that your notifications are turned on.